Hi everybody! Today is an exciting day. Today is my birthday. I'm 26 today. I cannot believe I'm 26. When people tell you that your 21st flies by, and after that the rest of them really don't count, they do. They really do fly by. So today, as you can tell, I have one eyebrow done and one I do not have done. So today we're going to talk a little bit about eyebrows. I'm going to show you what I do. You can take what I do with my brows and maybe bring it into your routine. That is totally up to you. I just wanted to film, and I do get a lot of questions about my brows and what I do to maintain them, trim them, and how I shape them. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm just letting you know what I do. So if you want to keep watching and see what I got going on, let's go. Okay, I've already done this brow. It is the harder brow for me to do. I figured that'd be pretty smart for me to go ahead and do that before we do my other one, just because it's hard to, I don't know, for me it's harder to film this brow for some reason. I don't know, maybe it has to do with my lighting. So we are gonna go ahead and I'll show you what product I use. I have the NYX Micro Pencil. I use the color, I believe it's ash brown. Yeah, ash brown. My natural hair color is darker, my roots, and I do have, balayage, I always say that wrong, through my ends, and I do want to match my hair as much as possible. So my hair naturally has like an ashy neutral color to it, and that goes along with my brows. So that's why I bought this color. Obviously, if your hair's red and you wanted to have red brows, get you a auburn or something. But in my case, that's just what I prefer. Excuse me. I just woke up, can you tell? So I basically am going to show you what I do. I went ahead and did this brow, and I actually go along the edges of my brow with concealer, and I went ahead and just put that concealer on my left lid and under my eyes. Just so I don't have to do it later, pretty much. And this is my mirror I'm going to use. A lot of people say this, and this is very true. Brows are not twins, they're sisters, and that is the realest thing I can tell you. By the way, my face is really greasy. I have on my SPF already. We're going to be out all day. So it's the Burt's Bees Firm and Day Renewal Lotion. It's SPF 30. I think I've said that before. I mentioned this in a previous video. It's not one of my favorite moisturizers, but I am leaning toward, more cruelty-free brands, and I did want to give that one a try. There's a lot of really good Burt's Bees products, and that's just one of them that I haven't bought before, so that's why I bought it, and we're giving it a go. It does have a really strong smell, I'll go ahead and tell you that. I don't know, it's almost like an overwhelming amount of flowers, if that makes any sense. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with our brow. As you see, I'm going to go along the bottom line of my brow, and I'm going to follow it through. I do extend it just a little bit because the hairs on the end of my brows on both sides, they're a little sparse. Yes, my eyebrows are a little bushy. I do not believe in making your eyebrows extremely small. I don't find that attractive. I think that is something that people need to stop doing, because I am an esthetician, as I've said before, and over years and years of people waxing their brows and making them that really skinny look that it was for a long time, you're diminishing the brows that you have. So over time, waxing continuously over and over again, those hairs don't necessarily go away, but they tend to not grow like they're supposed to. They're not the natural thickness that they're supposed to be. So by the way, that's why I wax my legs, because I have coarse, thick hair on my legs. So waxing them over time, it's thinning. I hate to say the word thinning, but it's making those hairs that do grow back after I wax finer. So it's easier for me to shave. Just a FYI. So anyways, so I'm going along the bottom of my brow. And as I'm doing this, the other end of my brow pencil has a spoolie. Gonna keep following the bottom of my brow. And I'm kind of just brushing to kind of disperse a little bit of the product. And then the front of my brow, I like to flick up. It makes more sense that way. I like the feathery brow look. I like for my brows to look just bushy and thick, and that's just me. But I don't want to go overboard to the point where they're not natural. I mean, obviously you could probably tell they're not natural when I'm done, but I don't want them to look like, girl, what'd you do to your brows? Duncan. I'm talking to Duncan. You see him? Duncan! Duncan! You can't. Buddy, come here. Hi. He just woke up. He's like his mom. He don't want to get up. Okay, and as you see here, I filled in just a little bit across the bottom just to give me my shape. As you can see, the shapes are going to be consistent. And then, I don't know if you can really tell with this, but the very top of my brows, it is a little sparse with hairs. So I'm going to go in and actually make a fake few of those strokes with my pencil. And sometimes I do like to use my finger to blend. That, to me, that just moves around the product a little more. So now that I've outlined the bottom of my brow and filled in those little spaces on top, I'm kind of just going to make false, like, little flicks of hair through my brow. And just to get the same kind of consistency to make them match. Duncan? Y'all hear Duncan whine? Yeah, he's my old boy. He's my old boy. He's going on like 15 years old. We don't know exactly how old he is, but with the math that we've done. Tell everybody hello. You looking at yourself? He's looking at himself in the viewfinder. Say hi. Say hi. That is so funny, guys. He's like, who is that, Mom? Okay, so like I said, I'm going to do those strokes throughout the brow. You see, I'm just, you know, depending upon your product, this has a very thin, like it says, micro pencil or micro brow pencil. So I can like put a little bit more pressure than usual. You know, if you have those very creamy brow pencils that you kind of can't push down so hard like I am. So I'm kind of pushing and flicking. And I'm just matching my brows with my camera, or with my mirror. To me, I think brows look so crazy until you have the rest of your makeup on, because everybody's like, oh girl, your eyebrows thick. Okay. So, you know, I do have a little sparseness in between here. I kind of like that because it kind of gives the illusion that the hair is natural. And through the ends, a lot of people like to use, like, I have ash brown. Maybe someone would step up and go to even darker color to spread throughout the end of their brows, just because it can give a little bit more dimension to your brows. How many times am I going to say brows in this video? But that sunscreen is making my face shiny right here, y'all. Anyways, but yeah, some people do the darker toward the ends just because they think it gives it a little bit more dimension, and sometimes it will. Sometimes it's a great little thing, but it's a little dramatic for me today, so I'm just not going to go for that. And then to end my brows, I love the brows to stay in place and then to continue to look feathery throughout the whole day. So I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Now, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I am new to this product. For a long time, I just used Clear Brow Gel. Not Clear Brow Gel, what am I talking about? I used Clear Mascara from the Great Lash Maybelline brand. To be honest with you, it's cheap and it works. To me, the only thing over time that I didn't like was it gave my brows like a shiny film over it, and I don't really go for that anymore. But if your main concern is just trying to get your brows to stay in place, then it's a great product. So again, I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I'm not completely sold on this, but it has like amazing reviews. I've used it a couple times, but my brows did move. So let's give it a go. So I'm going to have to do some cutting. Okay, as you can see here when I burst them up, we have some extra length going. It looks a little spidery, right? So I'm going to take my brow scissors. Do not do this if you're scared, because if you mess up your brows, you cannot blame moi. So I'm going to take those scissors along the top of what I had pulled out and trim. Take my spoolie on the end of my brow pencil. See what I'm talking about, people? I've trimmed this, and look at all that. I do like a little bit of that feathery look at the end, but I'm going to trim some. And keep in mind, I still haven't, excuse me, I still haven't outlined this brow with concealer, so this one looks a little bit more defined.
And now I'm going to go in with the other brow and trim that. Since obviously you can't see, I'm going to fast forward this.
Alright. Got my little trim action over with. And then I'm going to take my concealer. And I'm going to dab a little bit. I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is in the color Light Neutral. And I'm just going to rub that in. I have a little bit of extra, so I'm just going to bring it around my eye. If you didn't know, concealer makes a great primer for your eyeshadow. And And I'm bringing the excess on that brush that I have from patting out my eyelid. I'm taking that excess concealer and rubbing it over the top of my brow just to clean it up even more. And I still needed to do the top side as well on this side. Just cleans it all up in case you got a little bit of extra brow product going on. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Just trying to make sure they correspond. I do see a little bit more fullness right here, so I'm going to mash it on this side. It wouldn't be this complicated normally, but on camera you're just like, oh my gosh, you see the difference? Alright guys, I am done with my brows. Thanks for watching.